with many other people that maybe have Valentine's Day dates tonight. So thank you all for joining us on your Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. It's good to see you here and share this next hour plus with each other, learning about some very, very cool things that I'm excited about, and I'm sure many of you are. So yes, you could be on a hot date right now, but your hot date is here with us. So,
and we wore red for Valentine's Day.
We did. So yeah, let's get into it. So you're probably here for one of a few reasons. You may be here because you know, there's a lot happening in the world at the moment. And I think more than ever, people are really wanting to take full responsibility for their own health and their own wealth creation. And so you may be here for that reason of really taking, you know, self-responsibility for you to create that in whichever way you would love. You may be here because you're a network marketer, or you're just interested to learn about a unique business model that really is around a category creating product. And we're going to go a bit more into what that is and the model of network marketing, both, you know, the good things we hear about it and some of the misconceptions we hear about it. So we're going to debunk a little bit of that tonight. We're going to be talking about frequencies, and specifically abundance frequencies. I'm very excited to introduce an incredible man from Hawaii, Derek, who is going to blow our minds with understanding really about frequency, energy and vibration, which I'm sure if you're here, you're very interested in that space, and learning how frequencies can actually help us with wealth creation. And so it's super fascinating, very innovative approach. So you may be here to learn more about that, or you may be here because you're an entrepreneur or a thought leader and you understand concepts such as leverage. You understand what it is to be an early adopter. You understand trends in the marketplace, and you understand blue ocean sort of business strategy. So you may be here for one of those reasons, or you may not even know why you're here, and you may just not have a hot date, and you're like, okay, I saw this event, I'm just going to rock up and see what it's all about. So however you found your way here, we're very grateful to have you, and you're in the right place. Before I introduce these awesome speakers that we have, I was just going to share a 2-second story of why I'm here. I won't go into my full story with Healy, but I did want to share that I've been involved in Healy for a while. I had a huge health transformation last year, and then went on to have an incredible freedom lifestyle created, community created, everything. But I wanted to just share, because I was talking to Derek about it before, I got his abundance program about a week and a half ago. And
just before you do, a couple people saying they can't hear anything, but also you're live streaming it.
Oh, you can't hear anything? After all this talking?
Okay, no, just some people.
Oh, okay. We can live stream, but do you want to do it? It's, we didn't put a flyer up for it.
So?
Okay, we're going to live stream it. So most of you can hear, so that's cool. So whilst we're just doing...
Where is it on nothing?
I don't know.
It looks like it's not happening.
Okay, we're going to put it up into the group. But yeah, with the abundance, so yeah, I came across his program. I just had a very, very expensive injury in Bali. And so I was in this place of like, you know, really wanting to get finances, you know, there was money to invest. So I was like, oh, okay, let's turn this around. And I got the wealth program from you. And I was just sharing before, I was running it like before I went to sleep at night, as you advised. And I was literally running it a few times a day. And over the course of 4 or 5 days, I was just waking up each morning, getting super clear, super organized, financial planning sessions. I found about 20K US I was owed.
Sorry, let me intercept. That's not exactly how it went.
What?
There was a good 2 days. She was super angry.
Oh
about
no,
money.
this is true. This is true. And Derek can probably explain this. The next day, Taryn came in and I was like, all this frustration and emotion, that's a true part of the story, was coming up. And then after that, or coupled with that, I got into real action mode. So I'm very excited for Derek to share a little bit more about how that was working, because I had the experience of it. And like I said, money was coming in, my investments were going up, my business started cranking. So I saw the experience of it, but I don't know what was happening there. So I'm excited for Derek to share a little bit. And a few other people are commenting here saying they had similar experiences. So anyway, that's a little bit about my story and why I thought this would be such a cool topic to dive into, wealth creation, abundance frequencies, and this incredible business model for the 21st century. So I'm going to introduce a few special people. Miss Taryn Harrington, who many of you will know, she is one of the founder of Healy into Australia, where else? Asia and America, would you say? Largely launched Healy into those markets. She's an incredible visionary, an incredible humanitarian, just a business badass boss babe with a heart of gold, and also one of my closest friends. So welcome, Taryn.
Thank you.
Thank you, even though she's just confessed to the whole presentation that I got really angry. Then we have, I don't know if you can see them yet, but they're about to jump on, Derek, who I've mentioned, who is a time waver practitioner, frequency expert, lives in Hawaii, heart of gold, and is really about serving humanity through this new way with frequency medicine, I guess, and I can't wait for him to share. Then we've got Brandon in the middle, who is a liberator of humanity, is how we would describe him. And he's really big on creating and developing leaders in this, world at the moment, and really helping them experience the true freedom and what's possible. And then we have the incredible Rachel Lee, who is just a heart of gold as well, super intuitive powerhouse, but she's an ex-nurse, and she's really created and brought to life her dreams, having, and this is important, tried many times before in this industry, but in different companies. And this was the one where she's finally made all the magic and all her dreams come true. So I can't wait to hear from her. And then we have Mark Bentley, who is just a wealth of knowledge when it comes to gene keys, human design, living in your genius. He's an incredible leader. There's heaps more I could say about all of them, but we have quite the panel, quite the lineup for you. So we're going to delve in, and if you're joining, comment along in the group. I hope everybody can hear now. We've got 97 people on, which is really incredible for Valentine's Day. I mean, I don't know whether to be happy for you or sad for you. But in general, I'm happy for you. So
maybe they're watching with their Valentines.
No, you probably are.
Doing, yeah.
You probably are. And now you've got the love piece, and now you're like, how do we amp up the abundance piece? That's probably what's happening. That's actually one of Derek's other programs that comes with the abundance frequencies is True Love. So just saying. So we're going to start off with Derek. Derek, if you'd like to unmute yourself. And I guess my first question for you, to set the stage for everyone who may be new to Healy, when people ask you, how do you describe what Healy is or what Healy does for people?
Okay, well, Healy is part of the kind of the little child of Time Waver. There's two types of devices. There's a Time Waver Med that sends things through the information field, similar to the blue app. And then we have the Time Waver Frequency, which sends the pink app microcurrents. And what Healy is, it's a combination of both. So it's the best of both worlds, I guess you can put it that way.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yes.
All right. What else would you like to hear? Yeah.
Okay, so cool. So can you explain a little bit how it works, how it scans and analyzes people, just to give people the context?
Okay, yeah. So the way it's working is it's scanning your information field, and we have kind of a field around us, and it's looking for cell voltages. And I guess the normal cell voltage of a normal cell is about minus 70 millivolts. So when that thing picks up a little bit less voltage than that, it's going to hone in there and it's going to try to fill it in or charge it back up, and that get it back to that minus 70. And that's what it's doing a scan every 10 seconds with telling, okay, what does the body need? What does the body need? And then it fills it in with the different frequencies. There's different modes, and there's a real-time mode, which it does it automatically for, I have mine set for about 9 minutes. And then the second mode is a resonance mode. And that one, I call it kind of it cleans house. So the first one gets your cells warmed up. The second one kind of cleans everything. And then there's a indications mode. And that's where I put the frequencies that I want to create something. And I put those in, and that's called indications. And that's the ones that start affecting your cells and your brain. And actually, I use a lot of brainwave frequencies. And so, example, in the Wealth and Abundance program, it's just one frequency that's being sent to your brain. And what it's doing is it's affecting the subconscious mind. And what that does is the subconscious mind kind of, if you can convince the subconscious mind to do something, it'll tell the conscious mind to get its act going. And next thing you know, things start happening. And I think in the program for you, that angry part, what it does is it finds these little things that are going on, that blockages or what else is there? Something that you need to know. And it finds that and it kind of stirs things up. And then from there, you kind of go, okay, that's what I need to do. And it just kind of gets you in motion. And then there's also, when you're in that motion, it's like a snowball and everything starts following with you. It's the law of attraction, actually. So it's attracting everything that your subconscious mind was programmed, kind of tricked into thinking. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
You're totally making sense. I've experienced it.
Yeah, that's the way I know. And then another thing is the intention that you put into it. You need to start with some positive affirmations before you do start. Get your juices rolling, I guess, and everything. Example for that one, I think I gave a couple, like maybe I have everything I need in life to create abundance, or I allow good things to come into my life. The source of prosperity is within me. Those kind of affirmations. And when you start thinking that way, it like I said, it snowballs. And next thing you know, it's like a magnet, because I made that program and it works.
It does. You did really well.
Yeah.
So some people are commenting, this is fascinating. People have experienced similar things. I mean, again, just to give context for potential new people, the Healy scans and analyzes your body, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and it identifies anything out of balance. And then it has a huge range of different programs that it'll recommend to bring you into bioenergetic balance. And so there's programs for health and wealth and meridians and chakras and learning programs and endless programs on the helium. What we're talking about is an additional one Derek's created, which is wealth, because when we understand everything is energy, frequency, and vibration, like you're beautifully describing, we can work on the frequency in the subconscious mind, which then starts to create something new in that space, or that the frequency is working on. So thank you for giving us your more scientific explanation of what was happening.
Okay. Yeah, I tried. Yeah. So
No,
that's what's going on with the Heal. Yeah. And it's an amazing device. And it also has the ones that send you frequencies without wires. And that's an amazing technology also. But both of them are amazing. So
it's incredible. So thank you for your insight into that. I'm now going to hand it over to a few of the other speakers. And I guess, Taryn, we'll start with you. Like, why Healy for you when it comes to, from the lens, I mean, there's so many things Healy can do, but when we're on this webinar, particularly looking through the lens of like wealth creation, abundance, freedom, like why Healy for you in that regard?
Well, there's several reasons. One, I guess, just it brings your energy back to balance. So if you're talking about, from a personal perspective, you are now more in balance to be able to receive the abundance, and you're able to hold that abundance, especially if you're doing the amazing abundance programs. From a business perspective though, and I think that's what you're asking me,
Yes.
isn't it? From a business perspective, to be able to align with a product that is a category creating product that the world has never really seen before, you know, that's at the beginning stages of it launching into the world, that's really where abundance is made. This is obviously shared within a sharing model or network marketing model. And we know most of the millionaires in network marketing come in the first 3 years of that company being created. So just from the opportunity perspective, just also from a trends perspective, I don't think we've ever seen before, like we do now, the acceptance in even mainstream media about, well, not necessarily mainstream media, but the acceptance of energy and frequency. You know, it was only 20 years ago that people were still denying that there was even an energy field. And now most scientists would say, yes, we all know that there is, and we all know that there's, you know, different organs have different energy fields, etc. So I think that we've come into a time with this incredible product that really helps so many people, is a category creating product, and it's just a beautiful product to share. And then come 2020, when the world went nuts and everyone was kind of locked down and looking for other ways of creating abundance, other ways of helping people, and this beautiful product just happened to fall all in our laps, where we were able to continue. In fact, I would say almost all of you, in fact, all of you on here, right? I know that during the period of Corona, most of your abundance or your wealth skyrocketed, right? So, and that's because of Healy. And that's the same for me, you know, the exact same. So I think it's an accumulation of things. I think we just have this incredibly beautiful product that has landed at the exact right time for it to land on the planet. And, you know, it's a category creating product. We call it a unicorn product because it's so unique and it creates a totally new conversation. I mean, we've never had these kinds of conversations really inside of our industry. And so I think that's really why aligning with this kind of product has created such incredible abundance for people.
Yeah, I love that. And I love that you touched on both the model, but also when you get your energy and your bioenergetic field in alignment and in balance, you naturally are living in more authenticity. You're naturally cleaner and clearer and allowing life and abundance to flow with you. And I think I see that whether people do the business model or not, they tend to be a lot more aligned with just who they are and what they're here to do, which naturally abundance flows from. So that's a really interesting point. I'm going to throw it over to Brandon next, who is awesome. He's over there in Queensland. Why Healy from your perspective, Brandon?
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Tara. Tara. Straight out of the gates. You guys are just meshing into one, which is not a bad thing. So, wow, why Healy for me? I just have so much gratitude for this thing, first and foremost. One, because of what it has the capacity to shine a light on for so many people. Going through incredible times right now where our consciousness levels are shifting, and in the current economic state and the current state of the world in terms of where we're at, like Taryn said, we have the capacity to really truly change the world as we know it in respects to everything that's come to us. And so I look to this as a way to keep a rally call, like a fire, so to speak, a calling of arms for people. It's a very masculine way of looking at it, but really, who can agree on this call before I even go down that path? We're in a spiritual war right now as we speak. It's a war on our attention, our spirituality, our awareness. And so for something that could actually use a device that can put the script of your subconscious mind onto the very thing that disconnects us. Like, we claim we're the most connected human species on the planet, but look at the stats. 1 in 3 males in Australia, commit suicide, and, between the ages of 25 to 35, depression is increasing, anxiety is on the rise. And more than ever, we need something to remind us of what we already have the potential to do. Like, we have the capacity to generate frequency, energy, vibration. We are, energetic beings. However, the masses, it's too far, like it's too airy-fairy to even conceive that jump in terms of consciousness. We have something that's actually tangible that can show the masses to give us a reminder of what we have the capacity to do. Otherwise we wouldn't have actually been able to create it or bring it into this existence. So that's what I'm really fired up about. Is it's an opportunity to build leaders. It's an opportunity to build leaders in community where there's so many people that are in lockdown that need common unity. We are designed to connect, and we have the answer. This is almost the revolution for people to actually increase their level of abundance, increase their level of impact, increase their level of whatever they desire in life. Ultimately, I think we all want to give back to humanity. So this is the glue that is keeping us all together. Otherwise, I wouldn't have met these amazing human beings on these calls. So yeah, it's the tool to build common community, and really develop this sense of uprising for humanity in the best way possible.
I love that. I love how you use words and languaging very well to explain and get a point across. So thanks, Brandon.
No worries.
I see Rach nodding her head, agreeing with a lot of what you're saying. Rach, I'd love to hear, I really love your story as well, but from your perspective, why is Healy a part of this abundance and wealth creation conversation?
Yeah, I just want to echo everything that Brandon said. It is with the deepest gratitude that I have that we're here and we're having these conversations, because I feel like more and more people actually need to be having conversations like this. And, myself coming from a traditional, conventional medical model, I think everybody could agree that we are getting sicker and sicker and sicker as a society, right? And I think more and more people are opening their minds to really exploring alternative ways in which they can create more health and better well-being, and to support themselves and being proactive in their health. But on the business side of things, I also feel like now more than ever, like I think we all can agree, more and more people are looking at alternative ways to create income. And certainly my background being exposed to, life, as an ED nurse, paramedic, life can really change in an instant for so many people. And I think people, particularly in 2020, have realized that they only get one opportunity at this thing called life, right? And, that's always been my passion, and my desire is to really inspire and activate people to really start creating life by their own design and really living life to their fullest potential and in their full passion and purpose work. And this vehicle and this product just allows us to do that in such a beautiful way. It's high level income as well as high level impact. And that is what I love so much about Healy. That is, I guess why I've had such tremendous success here. I've dabbled in this space for the last 8 years, but I've not actually been able to achieve my income or impact goals. And then this incredible thing comes into my vortex where it really does support people to not only really nurture their own health and well-being, but also just step into who and what they really are here to do in the world. The community, like Brandon said, it's a beautiful opportunity to be a part of community and co-create. And I think more and more people are looking to link arms these days and co-create change and co-create impact. And we really are being called to come together and to create change in the world. And I've never seen anything like that and what it is that we're creating here. I've not seen anything like that in the market, period. So it is just such an honor and a blessing to be here and to be co-creating with such incredible visionaries and to be making the impacts that we are making in the world today, because the world needs it.
That's beautiful, Rach. I really love what you shared. And I think we had this up on the event description. It's like a lot of people that are here, once you've experienced it and you have that sort of moment in your body where you feel something magical is shifting in your energy and in your reality, people feel obligated to get it out into the world because you have something special in your hands. And people just are so curious because to learn and experience what it is. And so it's a very organic business, and I've again been in other companies, but it's very effortless because people know if it's for them or not when they have an experience of it. And it's the only way it can really be shared is through other people. It's through experiences of it. And it's a very like elegant business from my perspective. And I echo what you were saying. I'm now going to throw it over to Mark, who is sitting there in what's your background today, Mark? We've got Derek.
My little hobbit home, these beautiful green fields.
With your hobbit home, very appropriate. And why Healy from your perspective?
So it's to try and give the short version. It's I'd spent a lot of years. I became a father in 2010. And at that point, life suddenly went from being this, Peter Pan kind of lifestyle, adventuring and just being able to be free from responsibility to just chase that sovereign lifestyle and try and reach this enlightenment was one thing. And then I became a dad. And it's the greatest thing that ever happened. It's the medicine that really helped me, wake up to discovering. Okay, so what it comes down to, about a year ago, I was facing this challenge of reality, where I was seeing that I'd mastered idealism. I'd mastered this kind of higher nature, heart chakra upwards of how to connect and all these beautiful things, to dream, to manifest, to live with this magic. But still, if I looked at my physical lifestyle, I was driving an old bomb, always just having just enough to get by. I literally would never have more than, I would reach zero every week in my bank account. And I was okay with that. I was like, yeah, just trust, right? But what I realized is then all of a sudden, when great opportunities came along, where I started having these amazing opportunities, I had to scramble and try and make things happen, to try and find the finances and abundance to be able to make those dreams come true. And as a product, I missed out on a lot of ones, where creating a conscious community and different things that I could have done, I wasn't able to do because I simply didn't have the resources at hand for that. And so that was a bit of an awakening moment. Also, I'm a full-time single father for the last 5 years. So for all the single mums, I hear you. I've been in the same boat. And I had to face this challenge that I couldn't go out and get a normal job, even if I wanted to. I even did at one point. I was going to quit all my Gene Keys work, quit all the coaching work, and just get a job. Of course, I tried. That just destroyed my soul to even contemplate. And then it was a couple of months after that where Healy, it was Ada here, a dear friend of mine, who I trusted, put the Healy into my hands and said, hey, come and check this out. And I recognized the technology. I think anyone that's into, sci-fi would recognize this technology, Star Trek, the tricorder or whatever it's called. It's like, this is the sci-fi shows what's coming. We can see it all around us right now. And so on top of that, I'd experienced things like, these more quantum machines on the bigger scale. And I always thought, if only they had something that everyone could have in their household, because these things are too big, they're too expensive for the average person. So when I then saw this, I fell in love straight away. I was like, oh my God. And then instantly got really upset when I realized it was a network marketing platform, because I had a lot of wounding around that. In my early 20s, in Norway, actually, for all the Norwegians watching, I went into one of the kind of network marketing things, and they were just pushing, and it was very sleazy. It was yucky, and it hurt. And so I had a lot of trauma around that. And so once I had to face it, because I knew the tech. And once I did, I started realizing that the actual platform for social selling or network marketing, it's an incredibly empowering platform. It is what you make it. And it gives us an opportunity to stop putting the responsibility to our governments, to our parents, to all these external authorities to look after us, and actually step up and take back that power ourselves. And that does mean that if you're going to be sleazy and dodgy, well, that's how it's going to look for you. But at the same time, if you're going to work with integrity, find good leaders, create good teams, and put that love in, then that's what it looks like too. And that's what I'm experiencing with Healy, is a whole lot more of that and a whole lot less of the other one. And I'll just throw in here, just to brag, because I had a lot of shame around money and earning money, which I think a lot of people that come from the spiritual kind of communities will have to overcome in these worlds. And so just to overcome that, I want to brag a little bit that one of the things that Healy gave me has got me out of that, pardon my expression, but shit box that I've been driving in, and got my beautiful new car.
Yeah. I love it.
So
No, I think
that was really special. Yeah.
that's beautiful. It's such I think that's really like relatable, your story. I think a lot of people will connect with different aspects of it. And that leads us into this, question I wanted to put to everyone is, why do we think in the past network marketing has had this sort of, yucky feeling, if that's what Mark was saying before? And the second part to that question is, how are we seeing this industry redefined? And particularly with products like Healy that are very different, how are we redefining it? So it's a two-part question, and I'm going to start with the expert in the area who's seen all the things. I'd love you to share.
I feel that network marketing is having a huge PR shift over especially the last 5 years. I think that primarily that is because we've been able to take our businesses online. And so we've been able to create attraction marketing versus pushing things onto people. I think previously, maybe in other models, we didn't have the luxury that we do today, where we can connect with the entire world with this thing in our hand through social media and all those sorts of platforms, which have their good points and their not so good points. But one of those things is that we're literally able to build global companies and connecting with communities that feel like-minded. So we're not asking our mum and our dad and our friend and anybody that will ever listen to us, who we get into our immediate 1 meter, vicinity. All of a sudden, we're able to actually put out there content and messages to people that will resonate with that. And so then they come to us. Like, it's this beautiful thing that you're able to actually call in and attract your customers or your leaders or the people that you want in your community. So I think we are seeing a huge shift, primarily because of online businesses, but also the way people have interact online has completely changed too. If you think about only 5 years ago, it was still a little odd to even buy your groceries online, right? It was still like, I don't know, I might try that thing out, but Mark next door, he's a bit odd, he does that. Not you, Mark. But now it's just normal, right? It's completely normal that almost every single thing that you purchase online. And so it is really, it's taken on that whole new model. We don't have to have, garages full of product and car boots full of product anymore, opening it up in the back. That's where it got that sleazy kind of name, I think. I also think that network marketing is a petri dish for personal development. And so we also see now that these amazing communities get built around this model. So I think right now we are seeing a huge shift in the PR, if you like, of network marketing. And it actually is the most modern way to share. To attract people that are in complete alignment with you, and to share that and to build communities around that, and for them and for those communities then to be able to create abundance around that. What an amazing model, and create freedom. So to me, it's the most beautiful model that had the shittiest rap for a long time. But I see now a lot of us are completely breaking the mold of that and creating a completely new paradigm of creating income and freedom and communities.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, because it is, as an industry, especially 2020 and 2021, where people are like, okay, the systems and the things and the jobs I thought were safe are not. And they're looking to these models. But one level beyond that as well is we've got a product that isn't just another lotion or another potion or another cream, or like just another different brand, but at the same essence, the same kind of product. So,
well, I mean, you can't go to the supermarket and buy this version of this. Like,
yeah.
You sort of can in some of the others, which actually, I actually think most products in network marketing are amazing. They have to be, because they have to be able to create some kind of experience for people to want to talk about it. So I'm all for all, you know, other products inside of network marketing. In fact, I use so many of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just so lucky to be able to have a product that is like nothing else, you know, and not only from a network marketing perspective, but you know, I spent 20 years inside of wellness and the trends of wellness. To be able to have a product that impacts people across so many levels, it's such a holistic tool. To have something that you might come in to use for pain and it's healed your relationship with your mother, or you might come in to create more abundance and it's shifted something in your hormone profile, so you're now operating better. Like, or all of it, you know, like to be able to have a product that does that is so incredible. Now, from a money perspective, the more people you help, the more money you make, right? And the more people you help that have so many different possible solutions and disrupt so many industries, the more money you make. So we are so blessed to be able to have a product where it's, you know, for all of us that come here, it's in total alignment for us wanting to create change on the planet. It helps so many people and we're able to make incredible incomes out of it.
Take that in. Mic drop. Something just came up whilst you were speaking, and I think I'm going to hand this one over to Mark again, actually, because another thing that I've noticed within this community, and I mean, you can all at some point share your story as well. But I know for me, I had my own business, and it was when I got to come into a community of like-minded people that everything grew exponentially, because I got to be in my genius, collaborate with other people like Taryn or Reed, like, you know, we're all collaborating right now. So there's leverage and there's a movement and there's, you know, everyone that's drawn together is on the kind of same energy, frequency, and vibration. So everything is exponential. Like there's opportunity for your wealth and impact and health. Like it's not just you're working with a community. And I know you're really big on genius. Like how do you feel like that, what I'm talking about there, helps with wealth creation as well?
So it's one of the favorite things. It's, you know, it's in a way, it's like when you look at the world, we're just this big puzzle, right? And all of us, and there's like puzzles made up of puzzles, and all of us are like a piece of a puzzle. And in order for us to fit into that puzzle so that we can have these, you know, beautiful co-creative communities, we need to be able to become self-aware of what shape is our piece. You know, where do I belong in? What is my service? What is the vehicle that I'm driving? You know, which is the beauty of human design and Gene Keys that, you know, so many in this community. In fact, if you're into either human design or Gene Keys, pop it in the chat. I'd love to see how many are actually aware of it these days, because a few years ago, it was a lot less. And so it's that bit where, you know, working together with people like yourselves, you know, we get to work with a team of people that are self-responsible. They're willing to take on, you know, responsibility for their own well-being. They're here to create a business, right, for their own sovereignty. And so that when we can all work out, you know, who we are and how we fit into that puzzle, then all of a sudden we get to work within our fractals where we belong. And what I found with Healy is using these frequencies, you know, naturally it helps deal with anxiety. It helps deal with, you know, fear and all these things that are kind of stopping us from being able to be self-aware. It keeps us in that reactive place. You know, and there's a lot of skills, and I know Brandon and anyone else doing coaching know there's so many ways to work with that. But what better than a way you can do for yourself right in that moment when anxiety hits? I've had panic attacks a year ago. Never used to have them. You sort it out, hook it up with the Eclipse, run the 20 minutes, and I could breathe again and remember who I was. And so that's what I'm really passionate about, is the fact that Healy is combining personal development. It's a vehicle for personal development. Any fear, anything that comes up, anything that you feel around the stickiness around network marketing, whatever, reflect back and follow inside, and you'll find that thread will lead back to something. And when you can follow that and sort that out, and the Healy is super helpful for that process, obviously, then it just opens up potential. And the natural magnetism draws your fractal to you. And then to me, network marketing is the model of the future. We just tried a little too early in the years past.
Yeah, that's a really great way to look at it. Brandon, what are your thoughts about this?
Oh, so many.
I see you there, like, and I'm like, oh, he's got something to say.
I just loved both perspectives into the mix, especially Taryn just explaining the landscape and actually the both polarities of in the mix with what Mark just shared. It's just, look, I mean, at the end of the day, and I want to get a bit of a poll going. Who is in the vehicle of Healy and who isn't? Like, because I know there's a mixed bag, but for the people that have been in Healy, I'd like to see who has actually responded to this question. Did you say no to network marketing before? Like, I, for one, I did. So here's the thing, the people that are in Healy who have said no to network marketing initially, like, here's the thing, we've all said no, like, and here we are going against our own rules. Wow, what a trip. So like, the whole paradigm that we are all as collective human beings, there's like, yes, no, big, there's all these people saying yes. We all said no. So like, the reason why it's so tainted is because of underdeveloped people practicing on people, trying to just vomit out all the excitement initially. I mean, at the end of the day, we as human beings have kind of been programmed, if you will. I take it back to the scholastic age. Think about it this way. In school, we go and get a bunch of lessons and then we get tested, right? But in life, what happens? We go up against a challenge, we get tested, but then we learn the lesson afterwards. So from the get-go, our programming is, we're going up against our programming from years, decades, until we go out into the real world. And then what happens when we get into a sales position? One, we've got a bad, perspective on money, because there's a lot of energy around money, beliefs around money from our parents, from, fill in the blanks. Money is the root of all. Money doesn't go on. We get the gist of it.
I don't know if I should.
Everyone's like, no, evil.
I don't like that programming, so I won't say it.
Yeah.
No, I can just hear it in their minds. I'm like, yes, I see. Yeah, you get it. But the point of the matter is did we have the same parents or no? Like we just got put into the system of our programming. So I love what Derek mentioned about the subconscious mind programs, is that the device one.
Alexa, turn off timer.
Is that my subconscious mind?
I think so, Brandon.
Yeah, the whole subconscious mind reprogramming to be a vibrational match of our reality. Like, this has an information highway for us to actually accelerate that. So I think a lot of people are being attracted to this because initially it's something that people can genuinely share because of the excitement. They're not trying to get something. They're actually trying to show them and give them something in return. Like my team, for starters, we have a culture of just doing aura scans, like free aura scans, and not leading with the expectation of getting the sale, because we've been so programmed by that. Like there's this fear and, lack that we've been pressed into the system. And then when people go and start a business, well, they have an aversion to rejection, right? And we start to make it about ourselves. And so there's a lot of that underdeveloped people that have come into network marketing that have really not, they put a sour taste in our mouth about it, but we get to change that. And I think why this whole new energy of redefining what network marketing means, like we're walking dictionaries. We make meaning out of everything. And so the meaning that we're associating to network marketing is inadvertently, if you're in the vehicle and you're not seeing the abundance, your projections of the vehicle itself is actually getting in the way of you taking the action necessary to go out and give. Because ultimately what Taryn said earlier was, the more people you help, the more money you make. All I need to do is help enough people get what they want, and ultimately I will have everything that I want, is what, what's his name again? Jim Rohn? No, Zig Ziglar always talks about. And so this is the new paradigm. This is the new paradigm where people are starting to awaken to, because we've been put in a pressure cooker of society that's bubbled up to the surface when we realize the real lies that we've been telling ourselves about the system that's not actually, designed for our, true potential, our genius, which is what I love, Mark, you specialize in, is just like, yes, there's people that are out here in this system, like in the network marketing structure, they have such incredible geniuses. If you shine a light on that person, and like this has been for so many people that come into the space, so many incredible people in this, container that are sharing their perspectives, we get to experience their genius in their naturalist form. And so we get to uncover, we get to unhook from all of these old paradigm things that have been going into the system that we can actually recreate, and generations to come can create wealth consciousness because of how we're challenging the new way of being, how we're challenging it through our actions, how we're challenging it through what the state we are in and what we operate in, and therefore becomes a vibrational match for. So, and we get to do that in community. Like think back to, when we passed down knowledge originally, it was the campfire effect, the pieces of the puzzle that we all have in us. As soon as we come in common unity together, we can start to see the intelligence that we all have for each other, because all the answers that we have or need is within us. We are the ones we are looking for. And what a great sentiment on Valentine's Day. Typically the programming of society is go out there and find your partner, because that's what's gonna make you happy. You're gonna make you fulfilled is through somebody else. No, you're the person that you've been looking for this entire time. So what this has the capacity to do is bring us back home to ourselves. And when we operate from that place, wow, so many incredible things just like lock in. This whole idea of scarcity where, oh, I need to approach this person because that person's gonna make me rich. Like they're gonna introduce this to all the many people, which is, I have so many wounds around this as well. My mom, like for 3 years, because I was in the nightclub scene, I was a networker. I did network marketing before I even knew what network marketing was. Like I was building teams of people and getting them to promote other people. And so my mom, love her, she was like just trying to like sell me on network marketing for 3 years straight, how rich we're gonna be. And that gave me like so much guilt for saying no all the time, knowing that the mortgage that she had up under her head from the very roof that we lived in, that she overextended, keeping up the Joneses, like that guilt crushed me. And so when I look at this whole paradigm we get to shift is because of, we get to transcend, transcend the end of the trance. We get to transcend lifelong limitations that we've been carrying, from generations to come by simply actually evolving.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You're like, yep, that's it for now. No, there'll be more later. Yeah, I'm loving this conversation. And there's just something whilst you were sharing that I was feeling to share as well, is that I think, a lot of people even gravitate to this product because they've been in the space of Joe Dispenza and, Bruce Lipton. And we start to have these thought leaders now where this energy, frequency and vibration is not just a woo-woo thing. Like it's science, and it's a lot more accessible for people. And then you've got people talking about co-creating and wealth creation and impacting together and all of these beautiful ideas and concepts and philosophies. And what I've personally found is that Healy has brought that into a really accessible, practical way to bring that to life, both with how do we actually change our reality through the frequency of our body? Yes, we can meditate and do those practices, which I know a lot of us do, but there's a physical shift happening in our body. We feel energy, we feel the vibration. So that, I think, is making those concepts really land for people in this 21st century. And then I know all of you on this call have had multiple 5-figure, 6-figure months co-creating, making huge impact, building massive communities that are really helping people that are struggling at this time. And so I just wanted to add that in because that's something that I've just really found with Healy. It's making it these nice ideas, practically getting huge results in these different areas that we're speaking to. So that's one thing about both the model and the product that I just wanted to land there. So I'm going to throw it over to Rach just to share her perspective on this business model. And I think your story is cool because, like you said, you obviously knew that there was something to this model because you didn't give up.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to what you were saying, Sarah, I mean, this whole industry of network marketing, I mean, I fell in love with this industry and the possibility of creating a freedom lifestyle. I fell in love with that idea 8 years ago. And, I saw ordinary people doing extraordinary things just by sharing something that they were passionate about. And so, and if you think about this model of network marketing, it is just literally people sharing a product that they love, right? And that is what it's always been and how it's always been designed to be. And what I'm finding with Healy, I honestly have seen in just only 12 short months with Healy that we are already revolutionizing this industry as we know it. I have never seen a product walk out on the streets and duplicate and grow and expand like Healy has. Like, I've never seen it. I've never seen my team grow in the way that it's grown. And that's purely just because people have got a product, they love it, and they're sharing it. And that is what this model is designed to do. And people are passionate about their results. People are passionate about what it is they're co-creating. People are passionate about the results, the product, the community, what it is that we're creating, the fact that they're raising their vibration and they get to do this with their family. Like, this is what it's all about. This is what this model is designed to be like. That's what it was designed for. And I honestly feel, after being in 3 different companies now, that this is really able to bring that, all of what it's meant to be and all of what this industry is designed for. It's just shining a beautiful light on that. And I was a no to this. I was a no to network marketing after having tried it for many years with varying levels of success and all this like excitement around creating these possibilities and then never quite getting there. And then here, in just like short, 6 months, I was able to leave my nursing job. I was able to really, co-create and link arms with incredible humans like all of you that are here. It's just like, it's just a dream come true. And it's like, I've never seen it happen like this before for not only me, but so many other people. And that is the thing that I love about this industry as well, is it's not only you that gets to be inspired and to dream that big dream and to really fall in love with the excitement of creating infinite possibilities, but we get to do that together. And there's been people that have joined this company and this business that were a no to network marketing and didn't want to be in this industry. But it's the product. It's the product and the community and the vision. And it's that we are attracting people of a vibrational match and co-creating and really sharing that vision and getting to link arms with people and really come from that service space. And so I honestly can't believe what I've seen here in just 12 months. And I don't know, it excites me. It honestly blows my mind, and I'm so excited for what the future holds here, because this is revolutionary, and this is going to revolutionize not only the industry, but we're also on the cutting edge of a revolutionary product that's going to change the way the world views health, wellness, freedom, abundance. So it's tremendously exciting, and here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, no, I really get that. And I now know why there's 112 people on this call on Valentine's Day, because everybody's madly in love with they're Heelys. Either people have already got them or people have like, maybe I'm going to meet my love of my life on this call. People do fall in love with it for a reason. And if you haven't experienced it yet, I highly suggest after this call that you reach out to the person who invited you on and at least just try it, because once you have this experience, you kind of know what everyone's going on about. Derek, I've got a great question that's come through for you. Can you share which frequencies you especially recommend regarding abundance mindset? So I know you've created a specific wealth abundance program. Are there some other programs that are also, or other frequencies that help shifting this subconscious and allowing new possibilities in wealth creation? Oh, I think you're muted. Yes.
Okay, what it is, it's all about removing negativity from your field. So like there's one I have that's it just you attract, you repel negative from your field. I mean, that frequency is good for positive things happening. What else? We're trying to create abundance here. Sometimes there's emotional things involved. So we work on the mind. With those mind frequencies that kind of, like we were talking about reprogramming the subconscious mind, those frequencies there. Sometimes it's maybe it's a physical thing too. It works on the physical, so it works, with the mind, the body, and the spirit. But if that's all kind of rolling, if you get one going, it's kind of the other one's gonna catch on, and it's gonna, okay, well, I need to do that, and it just brings you back together. And so
it's really beautiful, because what you're really talking about when you're talking about Healy, it works on a very holistic level. So it's working on the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, the physical. So it's aligning you with the frequency of abundance, if that's the program you're using or whatever program you are, and they all interlink and work together as well. Now, I've got 1 billion people asking me about your wealth program. When I post it on social media, I get like 20 messages, and in this group, there's a lot of messages. So what I'm going to do, I could regret saying this later, but message me on social media, on Facebook, just say hi, and then I'm going to put everybody in a group with Derek. If you want to, learn how you can purchase this great program. And by the way, I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I wish I was, but, and if you have a Healy, you can get it. If you're, I know a lot of you have ordered Heelys, and then you're like, hey, where's that program? So it is a separate program. And then also, if you are thinking about a Healy, it can be a great addition to an already super impressive lineup of programs for every aspect of health and well-being. Not every, there's always new ones coming out, but it's a very extensive, robust selection of programs. Now, I'm going to throw it back to Taryn, because Taryn, like we said, really brought Healy into Australia and some of Asia and the US. So you created an incredible team and community very quickly. There's probably nearly 25,000 now people that have been pulled to this, that are in resonance with this product, this vision, and impacting. So you have quite a nice bird's eye perspective of what this does for people in terms of wealth creation and your own wealth creation. So do you want to let's actually talk about this? Like, what is possible with Healy? What's it done for you? What do you see as you look into your business it's done for others? Like, let's talk about this.
I see more 4-figure, 5-figure, and 6-figure earners than I've ever seen in any business of network marketing ever before. I mean, we've got, a few, like we're only 1 year in, and we've already got a few 6-figure a month, by the way. When I say 6, 4, 5, a month earners already inside of our business. We've got 10 or so high 5-figure a month earners. We've got many other middle of the range 5-figure earners, lots and lots and lots of 4-figure earners, and that's in a year. And like, that blows my mind that, you don't normally see those kind of figures in a startup because we have our troubles. Don't worry about that. It's not the smoothest operation. But to have that many people earning that kind of income is quite phenomenal. Like, I look through all the time, and because I see on my matching check, so I'm like, whoa, like what everyone's earning, and it's like quite phenomenal. I'm blown away at some of the incomes in there. And just the other day, I'll share this because I've always been very good at making money. Like, it's one of my natural gifts that I have. I've also been very, very good at losing it. And I'm going to say that, and I know that was a lot of self-sabotaging stuff. And you know, when you're talking about the frequencies, I feel like I've pulled all the weeds out that were, you know, causing me to do that. Sabotage, yeah. And I was sitting on my bed only like a few days ago. I said to Sarah, I was like, in the last 6 months, I have saved $500,000 US. Like, in the last 6 months, that's what I've saved up. And I've still live an amazing life, and I've still invested in all these things. And I'm like, holy shit. Like,
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's a good testimonial for abundance frequency. Yeah. Which is blown me away, but it's possible for every single person. Like, I certainly realize the more you're using your Heelys, and the more you're really getting rid of those shitty patterns that we somehow end up with from wherever we've ended up with them, the more you're also able to hold the money. Like, you know my story. I make lots of money all the time, and then I give it away. With her for many years. I've seen it all.
And to be able to look back on that journey and be like, shit, you've just like banked it up. So yeah, which has been just phenomenal.
It's a really incredible story. And I'm gonna just one thing to note, when Taryn says anyone can do it, it's also important to like disclaimer there that Taryn has been an expert in this space now for how many years?
8 years, yeah.
8 years. And so she really understands this industry. She really understands the trends in the market and where the future of this is going. And so she's got a lot of skills, experience, networks. So we just want to like disclaimer there. But having said that, there's a lot of people that have done these business models before, myself included, that have never had results like this. You know, we've had some success maybe in other businesses, but this has been different. We've had people come in never doing these business models that are coaches or, you know, practitioners or other people that are having results. So yeah, many things are possible.
And the thing is, right, I do think anyone can do it, but just know that it is a journey. Like, the more you grow as a person, the more your income grows.
Yes.
The more you get rid of those shitty weeds out of your field, the more you're able to hold it, the more you're able to attract it.
Yeah.
So I've found the more using Healy, the more I'm just attracting these incredible people into my world, into my team, into my life, that's been able to also create that abundance and then hold the abundance as well.
Yeah. And then coupled with the new program.
Oh yeah, but yeah, last week I invested some money and it just went boom as soon as I was doing a program, and I was like, thank you.
And I also think it's really important to note, so important that I just forgot. No, it is important to note. Oh gosh, it's going to come back to me. What's important to note? We are going to wrap up soon because clearly I'm getting tired. No, not really. What was important? It's going to come back.
That you use your Healy?
That you use your Healy. It's good for memory and retention. Oh no, that is what I was going to say. Like Taryn said, this is for early adopters and people that understand trends in the market. There has been last year, you know, a few things behind the scenes that were not perfect. We're seeing a lot of we're almost doing these webinar series because there's almost like a relaunch of Healy. So we're really excited to, you know, relaunch Healy. So it's important to note that there's this huge opportunity in it, like you're hearing, and you have to be willing to be in the ground level and helping build the culture and overcome little challenges. And, I wouldn't have it any other way. Bringing it on home, because we want to respect your Valentine's Day. You could just be sitting there in a dress or a suit with a hot date afterwards. We don't know.
Like us, we've got dates.
Yeah, we're
in red dresses.
We having dinner. Are we ordering Gojek after this? So what I want to bring it home on is I would love to hear from each of you. Where do you really see the future of this going? You know, it can be personal or the future of where you see Healy or the industry going. I'm looking at Rach, so I would love to start with you, Rach. Where do you see this going in the future?
Well, like I said before, I honestly believe that Healy is going to revolutionize this industry, because what I'm seeing is people who are a bit icky about this industry come into this industry, and everything is done differently here. Everything is done in a way that, you know, people get to, I mean, not only are you opening up, you know, your own consciousness, and you're really gaining more awareness into your own self and your own being and raising your own vibration, but you are then magnetically attracting others into that vision, really. I see Healy, it's like a magic box, and it is whatever it is that you want to create, right? It truly is. And like I said, I've never seen anything like this in this particular industry. So I feel like this is going to be that thing that changed the whole reputation of network marketing. That's what I see for Healy. And I actually see that Healy is going to be in every single household around the world within 5 years. Honestly, that's what I see.
Beautiful. The Oracle. Another Oracle. Beautiful. Brandon, where do you see the future of this beautiful product in community and even industry going?
I want to say it really, I want to echo what Rach just said. It is a box, right? It's magic in the box. It's also a mirror, big, massive mirror to where we're going as a human collective, as an evolution. It's a mirror to our own insecurities, our own patterns of behavior, our, you know, old errors in judgment, our programs that we've passed on generationally, you know, past life, whether you believe in that or not. Like, that's what gets showed up in the Healy scans. And so the trajectory that we're going, like, I'm 28. You can imagine, like, I've lived a lot of years in my time in business. In terms of the last 13 years, I've practiced, you know, trial and error and all the rest. We have a capacity as a human species to engage in a solution, the solution, leveraging what I was speaking to you guys earlier about. You know, the scholastic system is broken. That's a 100-year-old system that we've been put through, where the new way of actually earning, instead of going to school, get good grades, get a safe, secure job, and hope the retirement's going to be there, we can actually learn skills that will pay us dividends for lifetimes, for a life, literally. The entrepreneurial edge, the skills that it takes to build a system to be able to communicate effectively is literally, it's what's missing in schools. You know, I had such a struggle communicating, which is why I made it my mission to actually be effectively, you know, I challenged this fear of rejection that dimmed my voice. I was one of the, you know, most shy, anxious kids at school. I don't want to go into this story too much because we don't have that much time, but I was that lonely kid that everybody overlooked. And it was what this vehicle of entrepreneurship, i.e. challenging your fears with rejection, your fears with yourself, it will categorically, if we do that as a collective, because there is the only way that we can succeed, like me, is if everybody else succeeds. So it's co-elevation at scale, aligned with the time that we are at, where human consciousness is literally at a divergent split, where either you just keep believing what the government's telling you, or you actually get into community that is actually telling the truth. And so this trend for truth, because truth is trending, when we start to build these skills, by the way, these skills I use in network marketing, I've built other traditional businesses before. It's the same skills I use to get my way into, you know, people rooms, 7, 8, 9-figure people in the business, like connecting, trying to bring people together. It's the same skill that we do to build this. So what I can imagine, Matt, it's so far even my conception, because I don't want to put a limitation towards it, but I can imagine how many people actually have the courage once they have the face that capabilities to face rejection that stops people from getting into business, is so many more solutions that people have the courage and have the voice to. So yeah, it's an uprising. This is categorically going to be one of those pieces to the puzzle that literally awakens humanity as we know it. And we get to play a part in it. How cool is that? It's like, wow, where will we be in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now with this? If this is if this is the first one, what is it going to happen? Like, what's going to happen in 5 years? I don't even know what's going to happen this year because of how huge this actually is and how much we're accelerating at a massive pace, because one, we have this in our life, but also because we're coming together as one, because we are all one at the end of the day. So yeah, global unity consciousness, oneness is what I see.
Education system, pathway for entrepreneurship, all the things.
All the things. Learn while you
Love
earn. Boom.
I'm going to throw it back over to Derek, and I'd love you to hear, where do you think more from the perspective of the future of frequencies are going?
With frequencies, I believe that it's going to be the future where we don't need doctors anymore. We can actually cure ourselves. It's one of the programs I have, it's mind, body, and spirit type of program. It works in all different levels. And also my whole thing about it is, I call it, it's going to raise our vibration, and it's going to raise the vibration of the whole planet. If we can get everybody, it just raises everything higher. And that way we can all, like I think Brian was saying, be oneness. So Teely is it's like a vehicle to get to our consciousness. It's that bridge, it's that vehicle that gets us from a physical thing to up here, and when we're all together. And if we can, with the programs, I know I can make some of that, get everybody's vibration just so high that it's just going to vibrate the next person and the next person, and then we're all going to come together. And that's my goal, is to get that going so that we're all vibrating high.
The ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
Derek, we're ready for those programs. Yeah, but no, you do definitely say that. And what I'm hearing, a lot of what you're sharing tonight, is it's really cleaning up our field. It's clearing out that subconscious, and something
Getting
I hear.
Getting
the weeds out. That's a common theme. And what I'm hearing a lot of, what I hear a lot of when I meet people in this transformational space is they'll be like, oh, but I've spent years like meditating and mantras and, seeing this person and that person. And people have spent years like doing the work. And then Healy comes along and they're like, isn't that going to make it easier for people? And it's like,
it's like this. It's like this. The things I hear, it makes me cry sometimes. People have had this going on since they were children, and it's been with them, and they're adults now, or and they run the program and it's gone. It's amazing. I tell you, like I said, it makes me cry sometimes because it's amazing what Healy is doing for people.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it is. And when you've seen people struggle, or I had personal experience, and I know many on the call did, of really struggling with something over a long time, and then something shifts that reasonably quickly. I think there is a degree of letting go of things needing to be hard. And there's a tool here that's making our evolution more supported and greater self-awareness, plus actually shifting the energy and frequency and the stuck patterns. We really do get to evolve at a quicker rate. That's how I view it.
Quantum rate.
Quantum rate. Mark, we're gonna, bring it home. These tend to go for, we want to keep it under an hour and a half. But lastly, where do you see the future going? And then you're going to bring it home, Taz.
Am I?
Yeah.
I think I was just seeing as I was listening to all of your beautiful sharings, they've already nailed it pretty much already, but the Leonard Cohen song, the quote that there's a crack in everything and that's how the light gets in, that's what comes up for me. I was in Mexico. I was blessed to be with the Mayan elders back in December 21st, 2012, when there was these massive ceremonies. Tribes had come from everywhere, and we were dancing, and the monkeys were going, the storms are howling. And for a brief moment, I flashed out and just had this feeling of the intensity of energy that was coming into the planet, the frequency that was coming in. That was kind of almost like the time release program for breaking open into a new cycle. And there was a lot of people hung over after that going, oh, what happened? It didn't happen. And it's like, oh, it's happening. A bit like, the frequencies, it's stirring things up. And I feel like that was where the cracks started happening in that old stagnant story that's been holding us. Because, there's been so many, like, thank you, Derek, for all the work and the frequencies, everything you've done. Thank you to everyone that's been holding that during those really hard times. Because if you think being spiritual or open or awakening right now is hard, imagine in the 60s or the 20s, right? So now that it's been cracking open and everything's moving, Healy is like this light that's going in through those cracks. It's sneaking into corporations. It's going into board meetings. It's finding its way into sports groups, into the footy club. It's finding its way everywhere. And as it goes in, this Healy is providing these frequencies to deal with this birthing kind of contractions. And so I really see the future of Healy is the future of frequencies. Trojan horse, baby. Exactly, Brandon. I love that out of here, wherever that came from. If it was yours, that is incredible. The Trojan horse of consciousness. And I believe that is just setting the way for all of these different modalities that we've got, all these different kinds of technologies, like medicine is going to transform. And all of a sudden, everything we thought was an impossible problem that we can't find a solution for because humans are just humans is going to be pissed off out the door. And real possibility is coming. And I feel like Healy is setting the ground for that. And real authentic humans as well. Not love and light, fluffy, but real, genuine authenticity is what we're creating now and what's coming in the future. And Healy itself is the most fantastic vehicle for generating the resources for all of us to create those worlds we want. Instead of waiting for a government grant to come where we have to do what they tell us to do. Now we can do it our way. So that's my rant for the day.
Love it. That's a beautiful rant. No, I really think that landed with everyone. Trojan horse, Brandon. Kaz, bring us home.
Bring us home. Okay, what can I bring you home with? I think we know that Healy is ancient wisdom that is now in this modern technology that is the future of health and wellness and healing. It's undoubtedly energy medicine is the future of health, healing, and wellness. I also think it's time that anyone that's spiritual or conscious, you drop the bullshit that you should be poor and that is the paradigm that you live in. That is just an absolute crock of crap. We should be the healers, the people creating freedom. Those of us that are trying to make impact on this planet should be the most well-resourced people on the planet. It's deserving. You don't need to use your, poor bank account as some symbol of spirituality. It's not. Having an abundant, full bank account is a symbol of spirituality. So if you are on here and you have some kind of issues with money, get the abundance program and pull out those weeds, because those of us here to make massive change need resources to go and do it. That's one of the reasons many of us, including myself, are so passionate about bringing Healy to the world. Now, the other day, I sat with Christian Helper, who is the investor of Healy and the CEO, and we had a conversation. And one of the things I said to him is, so excited to create Healy and make it $1 billion company. And he stopped me and he said, do you really think that's why I do this? And actually I thought, well, maybe you do because you're a billionaire, so maybe you want another billion. And he said, well, the CEO actually ended up saying to me, he said, Christian Helper has more billions than you can even imagine. I didn't even know how rich this man was, right? He's like, he has more billions than you can even imagine. He's not doing this to make another billion. It will become $1 billion company because we help so many people. He's doing this because he truly believes that frequencies is the future of breaking people free of the cycle of big pharma. He believes that the model that we're using in network marketing helps us break the cycle of poverty and helps us become free. That's why he's doing this. He doesn't need more money because he's got many, many billions. But we all know that if we help more people, we make more money. So he said the natural flow on will be this. But the thing that drives me to want to be part of Healy is the fact that I want to ultimately change humanity and raise the vibration of this planet. That's why I do it. So there you go. That's what it is.
That brought us home. We're home. We're arrived.
Was that home?
That's home.
Did everyone go home?
I didn't know. There's still about 100 people on. So we are going to wrap it up there. It's been a really powerful webinar, and to have conversations where we're talking about consciousness, impact, money, what's happening on the planet at the moment, frequencies is the future of shifting our energy and, you know, being really self-responsible and sovereign in all areas of our lives. Like, we've delved into so many things, and I just want to thank each of the speakers. I know where Derek is, it's like super late at night, like past midnight. You know, everyone is, it's a Sunday, and people show up on these calls to just contribute and add value because they care. And so, yeah, really, really grateful for each of you jumping on and sharing your insights and your wisdom and your experiences. And I know, you know, some of you were, you know, humble in your shares, but you've all had huge wealth stories. And yeah, it's been beautiful to see what all of you have been creating with either the frequencies and getting them out to the world, or, you know, impact and opportunity. Whatever you're doing, we appreciate you. And for every one of you joining, I hope you've had a lot of fun. I know we certainly have. I would love to see some waves. I'm going to scan across and just see all the awesome faces. And like I said, you can add me on, I'm a bit nervous to say this, but add me on Facebook and just inbox me. I will go through and add you all in a group with the magical Derek. And you didn't know that I was going to just start selling all your stuff for you, but here I am because it worked, and I really had a great experience. And that's what we do. That's actually what network marketing is. You have a great experience and then you want to talk about it and share it. So that's a great way to round us up. So yeah, add me. My name is Sarah Jane on Facebook, and then I'll put you in a group with Derek. And yeah, enjoy the rest of
Jane
you.
with 2 N's, right?
Oh yeah,
what is it?
Jane. I'll put it in the group. I'll put it in the group as well, so you can follow me up. And have a beautiful Valentine's Day. Wherever you are in the world, we're sending you love. We're going to have a dinner date now. And lots of love from Bali.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for everything.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you guys. Love you all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Bye.
Bye. Derek, thanks so much, Derek. Really appreciate you. And yeah, I'll follow you up. You're on mute. Derek, you're on mute. If you were trying to say something.
I said, good luck with all the orders, because yeah, they're your fingers will wear out like mine.
Oh, I'm just going to connect them with you. And then you get
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Okay.
Lots of love. Bye. Bye, guys.